Hey everyone, thanks for having us. Pleased to be here. I'm Stuart Cook and I'm the Chief Innovation Officer at Valley Bank. And Patrick invited me to share the stage today, and so the chance to talk about myself in front of an audience was too good to miss. I've been with Valley for 4.5 years. I have a background in financial services for the last 20 odd years. Fintech and a couple of banks. When I joined Valley, we were a small community bank in the sort of low teens of asset size. We're now 60 odd billion in assets. Part of that transformation was how do we grow from a technology point of view? How do we bring innovation to our customers and to our market? It's a tough problem to solve to grow a bank in today's market. How do you compete with Jamie's $12 billion a year technology spend? It's pretty daunting. When we wrestled with that problem, for us it was how do we partner with fintechs? How do we discover the right fintechs? How do we bring that innovation into the bank and help us, drive the growth that we've had? Now that's actually a hard problem to solve, and we found that, as we grew our vision and we wanted to share in the success that we were creating for fintechs, we built a venture fund and started to invest in fintechs, some of which are here today demoing. That's a really interesting process to go through as a banker, because you start to think about problems not just that you have as a bank, but that you have as an industry. And as you grow into that, it becomes apparent that actually the spend on technology in financial services by community banks and credit unions dwarfs what Chase are spending. And that led me actually to discover True Digital and how they're approaching this. So how could we think about partnership, not just with fintechs, but also collaboration with banks? And in the past month or so, I've been working alongside True Digital, and I've had more than 30 conversations with banks and credit unions across the nation. And I'm really excited about the potential for driving collaboration at industry level to help us drive positive outcomes for the industry. I'll let Patrick explain more.
Thanks, Stu. We thought the best way to show what we had built was to hear that part of Stuart's story and the banks that he's connected with through True Digital over the summer, because that is the business that we are in, helping banks collaborate with each other when it comes to technology and innovation and trying to harness the collective of the industry. So we've built a network of banks and credit unions today. Over 300 are on it. You can see the heart there. I do love banks. We do love banks, even you, Stuart. The way the network works, to be eligible, you must be a bank or a credit union, and then you share 2 pieces of data about yourself with others: the names of the vendors you work with today and the names of the products and services you use. So just 2 columns, nothing confidential, nothing about price or term, etc. Because that information is being routed through us, we want to make it clear the role we will play as the network facilitator. First, we only let W-2 employees of a financial institution into the platform or the network. Second, all the information you find about the vendors inside of it is bank verified. That's the only way the data came in. We don't add or edit anything, and to date, we've received over 600,000 records from the industry. It's every type of vendor besides facilities or hyper-local. Then we're neutral in terms of what a bank does or doesn't do when it comes to a vendor. We're never paid by vendors. We don't resell data. We only get paid by banks and credit unions. And so understanding a network like that, it becomes more powerful for all with each one that joins, and we wanted to make it accessible. So it's a 1-year contract. It costs $10,000 or less, and there's unlimited seats. This is what it looks like once you become a member. You can search, and while we're helping you find vendors, what we're really trying to do is help you find the banker with the experience that you need, or the ability to learn something from that banker because of the vendors they've worked with. 2 other ways to navigate the platform: by category. We have over 200 categories and subcategories, as well as by goals. 60 different goals today, taking business results and mapping them to the capabilities that vendors offer. Once you get into a category, you could say, look, I only want to know those that are known to work with my core because we know that about you. But then you can see the vendors, the products, and how many FIs use the product compared to the vendor. It's a product-centric navigation, so it's the product page, in this case, consumer deposit origination for Mantle. And as you go down, you can now see every bank and credit union that uses that product. Importantly, though, there's no way to say, well, I want to know any other product or vendor that one of those banks uses. So we threaded kind of collaboration and competition. So now you say, well, okay, is there someone who's my size or my size in my core? And if so, I would like to connect with them. What phase are you in? Discovery, implementation, or ongoing? And what function are you looking to speak to? We all know today that reference calls are generally a waste of time because I'm not sure I should even be talking to you. Imagine being able to ask this specific question to the person who has the right experience and maybe not even needing to get on a call. I think even a more powerful use case is when it comes to troubleshooting. So we've been doing surveys, and about 15% of time of the staff and operations or IT is in troubleshooting. Someone's updated something or it's broken, and I don't have the same network as an executive does, and so I'm stuck trying to solve the problem alone. This happened to us at Quantic, community bank I was at. We were 2 months delayed on a rollout of a very important vendor. And I still remember the head of bank ops coming and saying, if you could find someone who has our core Horizon and has worked with this vendor, they've got to know how to do it. Took about 40 calls and LinkedIn messages, one 30-minute call. The next week, we're live. You can also see all information about the vendor, including other products that they offer. And one of the things we've built is an algorithm that looks at all the vendors a bank has today and all the other products they offer you don't use, and then what you're using today to try to say, hey, are there any optimizations or insights to be able to rearrange that? That's the platform we built. We love banks. Thank you, guys.